The dirt path supports your stride as you make your way down a foreign road. It's not a road that's commonly taken by many. That's more than alright by you. As the sun sets, a cool breeze blows westward across the meadows. A gust of wind which causes the trees to bend and the grass to dance. Your eyes follow the wind, and you see just by the roadside an apple orchard and the silhouette of a humanoid figure atop a grassy hill. The figure standing up straight, with their gaze fixated downwards at the ground. The finer points of their figure, however, are obscured by the sun. What do you do? As you crest the hill, you see the landscape fully. A sherbet horizon illuminates craters that stretch miles wide. A battle was fought here, and a savage one at that. Strewn across the field and standing amongst the tall grass is the same figure that stands next to you now. Warforged, mechanical soldiers built for a war that ended centuries ago. It stands there before the apple orchard, looking directly at the dirt, completely still as if it's waiting. What do you do? The Warforged body is constructed of both wood and metal. The steel frame has rusted altogether as the years have gone by. Moss and vines have taken their stay, wrapping around the wooden plates that comprise of its outer shell. You've heard stories of these sentinels before, striding dauntlessly into battle by the dozens. But use for their kind has since been diminished since the war's end, and before you is their fate. From what you can tell, the inner workings have all but stopped, except for a low whirring noise from behind its eyes. What do you do? You look closer at the Warforged, taking in its finer details. The whirring sound you heard before was no trick of the wind. The warden's eyes are two dark blue lenses which widen and narrow. It's dreaming. As close to dreaming as a construct can get, the same battle over and over in its mind. A sliver of purpose, a lingering memory that doesn't want to be let go. Life still stirs in this machine. Seeing the sun continue to set, you know you must work fast. Kneeling down and gazing into a gap in the Warforged abdomen, you see a cacophony of gears, wires, and metal parts. You catch a glimpse of a strange spherical object in its chest, glowing ever so faintly. An arcane-powered core, which connects to the head via a now rusted cable, which explains the dreaming. And that is where you also spot the problem. The connection from the core to the rest of the body has been severed, thanks to a vine which has grown up from the ground into the Warforged chassis. You delve your hand in deeper, up the torso until all but your shoulder is swallowed whole. You grip the vine which interlocks the gears, and with a wiggle and a twist, it snaps free. The gears turn and the Warforged bounces back to life. You swiftly pull your arm out and step away as the long-dead warrior comes back to life. Its blue lenses focus and glow vibrantly. It turns its head left and then right, the joints whining with each turn. The lenses then focus on you.
Name and rank.
It dawns on you that the Warforged were built to follow orders. You've come this far, so a crossroads has presented itself to you. You could tell the old warden to deactivate, putting it to rest at long last, not of stasis like before. Or you could attempt to get the Warforged to join you. Its lenses look deeply into your eyes as it awaits an answer. What do you do? You come up with a name and rank, at least one of which are fake. The Warforged gazes at you before replying.
It is good to see you, Sergeant. My diagnostics have returned inconclusive. Results of this battle have returned inconclusive. Have we won, Sergeant?
You think to yourself, world peace has been established for as long as you can remember, surely since before you were born. The war that this machine was built for might have been millennia ago as far as you can tell. Sons, fathers, daughters, and mothers bled and died side by side on this very ground. Why? A question asked by them, and the answer has long since been lost to time. You're unable to give a clear answer to the Warforged, deciding instead to tell it that the both of you need to report to High Command.
Understood, Sergeant. I will accompany you to High Command for our report. By my readings, we shall reach the capital in 20 days on foot. An immediate departure is suggested. You must take point, Sergeant, and I shall follow from behind. For the crown.
The Warforged gives a crooked salute, its metallic body leaning ever so slightly to one side. You take a step back, and the Warforged stands at attention. Taking another step causes it to reply, raising its heavy foot and slamming it onto the ground. Vines snap, rust falls off like dust, and the joints creak. This repeats with every step. It's going to be a noisy trip, but at least you're not alone. You fumble your thoughts in your mind like a circus monkey attempting to juggle 8 buckets at once. You tell the Warforged that you're a mechanic and an Imperial mechanic, whatever that means. You look at his expressionless wooden face and continue, telling it that the battle was won and the war is no more. You tell the warrior to rest. You tell it to be dismissed.
Processing. Request.
Its bright blue lenses flash and widen, until narrowing again.
My purpose has been fulfilled. Diagnostics returned. Inconclusive. Beginning shutdown protocol. For the crew.
Its eyes lose their glow as its jaw hangs in place. Examining closer shows no signs of life, no dreams being dreamt. It is at peace. You dust your hands, wiping away a strange black sludge that marks your fingers as you reached inside the chassis. You take one more look at the Warforged, at the old battlefield, and at the blossoming apple tree. With a deep breath and a steeled resolve, you walk down the hill, continuing your journey. You place your hands on its large wooden pectorals and begin to push. They didn't call these things unmovable sentinels without a reason. The robot had been standing here for so long that it has rusted into the soil. You dig your feet in and push, leveraging every muscle forward. You push and push and you push. Oh! The Warforged breaks free from the dirt, leans backwards, before shattering into a dozen pieces on the ground below. An assortment of gears, wires, and metal plates litter the floor like gore. Looking closer, you see that the Warforged is completely deactivated, and will take some serious work to get it active again. Satisfied, you turn back down the hill and continue on your journey. You pass by the old mechanical soldier to the large apple orchard behind it. The tree sprouts multiple glistening fruit which hang from the branches. What do you do? The Warforged stands before you, completely still. What do you do? You grab an apple from the branch. With a tug, it snaps free and rests in your hand. Weighty, spotless and shiny. A snack for the road. You take one large bite from the apple as you walk down the hill towards the road, continuing your journey. As you stare at this bizarre scene, you remember that you have places to be. Whatever that figure's looking at, it's none of your business. Probably a cool bug or an anthill or something. It's getting late, and the night is dangerous for those traveling alone. You continue walking down the dirt road towards your destination.